Hey guys, welcome back to the Vid-Bits. I'm Bray, and today we're going to be getting one of the rarer achievements that you can get on the Xbox 360. This is on one of my personal favorite games, Dragon's Lair. It's got an achievement for playing it on the anniversary day, which is today, 6/19/2025. It'll be any anniversary that you can get it on, but you have till 12 o'clock tonight. Unfortunately, work was quite long and strenuous today, so I wasn't able to get this up earlier, or else, this would have been up during the middle of the day. Yeah, but essentially, all you gotta do to get this achievement is log on the anniversary. There it is, date with Daphne. On my personal account, I have 100% of the achievements on this game, just because it's, like I said, one of my favorite games of all time. I think we're going to play it on... Dirk will start at a new scene if he dies. Okay, we're going to... No guarantees, but I'm going to try to get a pretty high score. I know I'm capable of getting the perfect score. I just haven't practiced, unfortunately. It would have been awesome to be able to get that on the anniversary this year. Who knows? I could still do it. It's not super difficult. Like, literally, you just have to beat the game without dying, and you have to go on the third and... Okay, that was weird. My controller disconnected. You have to leave on the third and the 9th floor every time possible, and then wipe all of your extra guys at the fight with the dragon. Get all the way to the very end and then die. Get all the way to the very end and then die. And do that a couple times and you'll get the highest possible score. To this day, it's still one of my greatest achievements when it comes to classic arcade games. I'd love to be able to do it on the original stick. I still haven't. I can't find a Dragon's Lair machine that's in good enough quality. Like, it's just in such bad shape every time I've seen one. Like, I went and visited my mom in Florida, and there was like a pinball museum, and this pinball museum had arcade games, but the arcade games were neglected to all hell, man. They just let people beat on them, stick stickers all over them, and it was just like, it was upsetting because, that's a piece of history, and this is a game that really did make some pretty big breakthroughs when it came to the technology at the time. Especially, visually. Obviously, this is more of an interactive adventure than like a typical game, but to be fair, this kind of stuff is all that games like Uncharted are. This did that way before. So first things first, you drop to the 3rd level on the first one. But once you've played through and beat this game a couple times, you'll remember most of the areas and how to play through them. The hardest one is in here. Oh, never mind. I mean, the one I was talking about is the one where the knight is like tapping his sword back and forth, and then the waves of like energy start coming towards you. That's one of the hardest rooms in the game, even for someone like me who's beaten the whole game without I've beaten the game without the guides on. Though it takes quite a significant amount of time to achieve that, it is also one of my biggest achievements for sure. Because I never thought I'd be able to beat this game without the indicators on. And the only reason it was really possible for me... Oh, fuck! I mess up in this room sometimes, too. I think that you go right before you go straight. This is one of the more difficult rooms as well, in my opinion, just because of how quick the prompts come up. It's up, right, down, up. No, left, up. See, there's so many different prompts in that particular room, and if you do them, if you, like, preemptively click the wrong button, or just... Damn. I don't know if I've ever died in that room. That's gotta be a first. And we'll keep going. Let's see if I can at least get through it on my first try. It's just such a visually impressive experience, you know, because they had to hand animate every single possibility in all of the rooms. Like, they had to flip and mirror it depending on which way you enter the room, because you can enter rooms on both, like, from both sides. It's mirrored and flipped. Yeah, this room, I remember dying so many times as a kid. Because of that one. Oh, see? Made a mistake. It's... Is it forward, left? No, left, right. I didn't even see the prompt there. Like, there's a reason I consider this probably to be the most difficult room in the game. Left, right. Yeah, it's up. I just kept missing the prompt. That's embarrassing, but it does kind of prove my point. Main menu it. See, I'm not gonna put too much pressure on myself. You know, because there can always be another day where I show you guys how to do the perfect Dragon's Lair run. I also it definitely took like 4 or 5 days worth of practice leading up to me achieving it, so I just need to remember not to put a whole lot of pressure on myself. When it comes to speedrunnable games, this is definitely up there. Not that you can really, like, it's very linear, like as linear as it can be. So, you know, you're really just trying to clear it as quick as possible. There's no tricks. I don't think there's any speedrun tricks in this game. There's no way you can beat the system or do something the wrong way and get the right result, I don't think. It would be interesting if that was the case, though. I'd like to see some tech if that does exist. This game is just absolutely iconic. It's one of those games that makes me wish I grew up when arcades were super prominent, because, like, it would just be awesome to watch other people around my age, like, gathered around these kind of, you know, the arcade games and, you know, being super excited about these kind of experiences. Like, I kind of envy that, because though gaming is as acceptable as it's ever been, you still kind of get shunned if you like specific types of games. Like, I remember as a kid, someone talking shit to me because I played Castle Crashers. I'm like, motherfucker, you don't know how fun this game is. You know what I mean? Like, you're not having the hours worth of enjoyment that me and my friends are playing this. Stop fucking judging me because all you play is Madden. Like, and I hate that. Like, because, like, we have gotten past the point where, you know, you're judged solely for playing video games, but there still is almost right and wrong choices to like, the casual player. Like, which is just bullshit. Like, if I want to play Terraria and Minecraft and you know, all of those games, I'm completely entitled to do so, and you're just fucking lame for talking shit to me because I do. You know what I mean? Like, you're just unhappy, and you're projecting it on everyone else. And that's really what it is. If you ever wonder why people are assholes, they are miserable and they want everyone else to feel the same way. That's all it is. Like, that's why people, you know, fuck with you, they troll you, they fucking do all these nasty things. It's literally just because they want to elicit a reaction out of you because other people in their life aren't doing that for them. Whether that be their family, their friends, positive or negative. You know, when someone does shit like that, they are screaming for attention because of in some point in their life they're lacking it. And that's just my reminder to you guys. Just don't let people fucking bother you. They're not important. You're not gonna, more likely than not, you're not gonna interact with them for the rest of your life. You're probably barely gonna see them. You know, and sometimes you're forced to be in situations where you're with people you hate, and that'll happen, you know. But at the same time, you can't let their fucking shitty attitude bother you or, you know, kind of throw you off your game. Like, if you're having a good time, don't let someone else's, you know, bad time impact your good time. And I know sometimes it's easier said than done. You know, I myself have been fucking I've been bothered by the best of them, you know? But at the same time, like, it eventually got to the point where once I got home and I was away from the situation, that I realized that me continually being upset about that thing is giving that person not only the reaction that they wanted, but also the power that they want in that situation. Like, there's a reason they're trying to elicit a reaction out of you. So just try to stay strong. Fuck the haters. I know that almost sounds corny to say, but like truly, like anyone who wants to fuck with your flow, they can get out. Truly, they don't have your best interests at heart. They don't care about you. So let them go. I need to turn my TV down. I just realized that the clicks from the game are getting picked up on the mic. And it really does take some growing up to realize how unimportant those who try to fuck with you are. Like, truly, like, I think sometimes about the things that bothered me years ago, and then I think about how little those things, if at all, they affect me. Like, but you know, when you're in the midst of it and you're getting upset, it feels like that'll never go away. Whatever's bothering you will just be insurmountable forever. There's a secret way to beat this stage. I don't remember, not that stage, but that portion of the stage. I think you like press back. Oh my gosh. I'm just not paying as much attention as I should be. This is a hard game to commentate, to be fair. Just a lot of mindless fun. You really do feel like you're doing stuff, even though all you're really doing is pressing a series of simplistic buttons. I just miss this. I feel like no one is making arcade games anymore. Like, I know there's no reason to, and I know there are people out there doing it, but it's never like this, man. Like, I just miss the style, man. Like, I feel like this era and this generation, you guys had so much style in your games. And I feel like we have to fight tooth and nail to get anything anymore. Like, it makes me feel like an old head or some shit saying that, but like at the same time, like, games go for the bare minimum and they get fucking praised for it. Like, they get fucking blown for making the bare minimum. Like, and I know I've said this before, and I'm sure a lot of you agree with this sentiment, but I am fucking sick of open world RPGs. Why does everything need to be an open world adventure game? Why? Why do they all have to take 50 to 70 hours? Like, I saw a video essay on YouTube the other day that had a really good point. Oh, fuck. I skipped the first one, and I was supposed to skip the second set. Shit. I think I just fucking lost my point. Anyway. I don't know. Oh, okay. The open world shit. It's the fact that, like, the fact that it's become the status quo now. Don't get me wrong, open world games were popular in the 2010s. And they were already starting to get a little overdone then. But now we're at the point where you get like 3 or 4 a year. And you never have time for any of them, truly. And you never really end up appreciating them all the way. And I feel like it truly just got to the point where, you know, you're rushing through things to try to get the takeaway, get the experience. and there's not really a whole lot to be had. Like, it looks like there's a lot of shit to do, but when you go to remote areas, each area within itself has very little to do. And certain games do this perfectly, man. Certain games just rock that concept, and like Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild, there's no problems with that game. It's a perfect open world game in my opinion. It's linear enough, but at the same time, you could never enter the main story and have hours of fun. That's to me what an open world game should be. Like as a kid, I never played through GTA's story. I just drove around having fun. Like that was what I did. Like it was not, the story was not really what was appealing to me as much as the world to be in. Yeah, that room, I have to focus pretty hard to get through that one. Nice. Yeah, that one can get your blood pumping sometimes. I die to this bat more often than I would like to admit. Just because the prompt comes up quick, and if you're not paying attention, you'll die. Okay, we're making progress. This is also a very difficult screen. One of the hardest screens to do without the prompts on screen. And now that one. I will never understand what the fuck is even happening right there. You jump it, and then it's like, dude, you didn't jump it. You gotta jump it again. Oh, I guess there's a series of 2. I have never paid attention to that. There are 2 of those. I always thought you're just jumping it for no reason, because, like, you jump this one, and it's like, oh, where's the other one come from? It's this. It almost looks like they reuse some of the same part of the screen. Like, they just change things around a bit, because it looks like the same screen over again. I take it back. That right there is one of the hardest maneuvers in the game. I always forget about this part. It's long and drawn out. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. When I first did this, I did the whole thing on hard before realizing that I didn't need to... I could do it on easy mode. I'm gonna be honest, I really don't... I mean, the timing windows are slightly different, but I barely see the difference between easy and hard. I think it's kind of arbitrary. Yep, so the first one, you gotta go all the way to the bottom. The second one, the second time it comes around, you just go 3. And then the next one, we're gonna go all the way to the bottom again. I struggled with this one quite a bit as a kid. I don't know why. I've been trying to decide a Dragon's Lair themed item to get tattooed, and I just can't. Sometimes I die to that witch that comes out of the potion as well. This one you just gotta... What? Okay. I was gonna say you just gotta click left, but I don't think I've ever died there. I'm being so serious. I've died here to that weird tentacle monster, but I don't think I've ever died to that. To the first part of the screen. That's crazy. And it's cool because, like, there are situations that you almost never die in, but you know, since you almost never die there, you don't get to see the animation, and then every once in a while you'll die like that. Like that. I didn't even... Once again, like, it didn't even register to me that that's a place you can die. But also, most of the time, I'm completely mute when I'm you know, playing through this game, because it takes quite a bit of focus, especially rooms like this where it's just so much back to back. But as soon as you're done with that spider, you need to press left. Whew! That's one of the only rooms where occasionally you can press early and it'll work. I forget about that transition screen right there. Like, you almost forget that that even exists. Fuck! Damn it! Just a bunch of silly mistakes. Gotta get at least one full playthrough in. And then eventually I'll practice and get the perfect run for you guys. Yeah, that's one of those sections you just have to die at enough times until you remember it. You also notice that they redraw the boulder in at a different frame for some of those. Like, when it's transitioning, you can tell that they've redrawn it differently, which just shows that this was all hand done, and that though it's considered like a mistake, at the same time, it's literally just kind of... It kind of explains itself. Like, the fact that this is all hand drawn and the fact that it all kind of syncs up damn near perfectly, like the fact that that's like the only nitpick that you could look for if you had to, and that really is one of the only animation quirks, that inconsistencies that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Nice. Yeah, that little room, it's just weird that I hardly remember it. God, you literally get one shot at that one. That's why, like, I would say that this is up there with one of the hardest fucking rooms. It's the fact that you get one shot, you miss the timing, you're screwed. You hit it too early, you're screwed. You don't hit the button at all, screwed. Because it's instant. Jump, you gotta do it right away, immediately afterwards. And it's super long. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there's an achievement for doing that within itself as well. If I remember correctly, we're about a fourth of the way there, give or take. What's that instrument called? Like the thing that makes that sound that just happened at the start of the last room. What is that? What is that called? It's just like I always just think of it the creepy sound, like when something's supposed to be creepy and it's going on. That's like kind of the thing that they do. But there's a name I'm pretty sure for the actual instrument. Oh, and by the way, every time you wait on that particular quick time event, it gets harder and harder. You might as well go for it the first time it comes around. There we go. See, last time we did this room, it was the other side. Fuck! See, I barely died of that spider. Fuck! And I honestly think the fact that they're flipped and inverted sometimes makes it harder. Like, for sure, because you're going into a room thinking it's going to be a specific layout, and then it has a completely different layout. For those last couple steps for that one, just spam in one direction. Spam, in the direction you know it's going to be next. Getting closer. Oh, shit. And then that one's difficult for some reason sometimes for me, just because the prompt blends into the chair. We got this. So this one should be 6. Or 9. And it's gonna be right again, then right again. Those last three are always gonna be the same. Where does the third one of these guys go? There's three, and then there's not three. That's the... If I'm nitpicking inconsistencies again, that's one of the very few. God. No! God damn it! Ugh, it's just a couple fucking select screens that are just... Like, you just have to die there over and over and over again. Like... And I'm so rusty. That was the one. That fucking sucks. Okay. It's that... Now that we're done with that screen just gets me when it's late. Because when you play on arcade mode, any screen can appear anytime for the most part, with few exceptions. Certain screens link into each other. Like the screen with the rapids, you're always going to do the 3 boating portions back to back. That's never going to change. But with stuff like this room can lead into damn near any other room. So you kind of have to be on your toes and, you know, wait for each interaction to come up as they do, to be able to get through it. Like, you can't just anticipate what's going to come next because it's never the same. Unless, like I said, you're in one of those select few parts of specific rooms. Yep. As you could probably hear, for those last couple of ones, I would just continuously press in the correct direction, because it doesn't penalize you for doing so. And sometimes it does for certain actions, and other actions it doesn't. Like here. Like here, I pressed it half a second too early. Like, seriously, like, in my brain, that prompt was right next. And I pressed one time slightly too early and it killed me. So, like, see, literally, my brain just knows that the next part is up, and if you even slightly fucking press that too early, you're done. I personally hate this fucking screen. It's probably my least favorite consistently, because it has the most room for error. You have to do pretty much all of these actions as soon as they pop up. And I'll definitely say that that is the hardest screen with no prompt. It's almost impossible for me to remember without it written down. But there's wasted points there, but it's okay. We're not going for perfect today. I'd like a pretty decent score, but I'll settle for clearing the game. That screen is pretty easy with the guide turned off, actually, because it's never going to change. Plus, the fire still tells you where to go for that particular encounter. You see what I mean? 3 ghosts turns into 2 ghosts pretty quick. Oh. That's a first. That's another screen that... I mean, I've probably died there before, but not often. So much so that some of these animations just look out of... like, not out of place, but, like, they look unfamiliar to me. Hey, Chief. Oh my gosh, so I was at work today, and we were making a delivery, and this small husky mix, I don't know what other type of dog, it possibly could have been, but it was, I'm thinking maybe like an Australian Shepherd Husky or something to that extent. I know, Chief. And he was sitting in the middle of the road, and so, like, we see, like, there's just a bunch of old ladies, in front of us getting out of their cars, and, like, 3 old ladies couldn't get this one, not even 40-pound dog out of the road. So, like, me and my boss walk up, and, you know, I bring some fries, because we had just gotten out to eat, and, like, we get them off the road and stuff. We put them in the truck, and, you know, we're going door to door to try to find whoever's pup this is. And sure enough, we finally find her, and she said she lost 2 more dogs. I'm like, oh my gosh! Like, I cannot imagine how stressed she probably is right now. Like, I mean, luckily she said that the dogs typically travel in a pack, so... Oh my gosh! You scared the shit out of me, Chief. But, so, you know, I did my, my Good Samaritan duty today and helped find a dog. Chief is just going all great. Oh no. God damn it! I fucking looked away for 1 second. I think we're gonna go for arcade mode this time. Did our achievement pop off? It didn't. That's weird. It's still before midnight. Let's see if we relaunch it. Yeah, why? I don't know why that achievement wouldn't have popped off. Like, literally, this is the only day you can even get that. That's just so weird. She's like, yeah, that's weird. That's really weird. I know! Maybe if I... Calm down, Chief!
Well, there's always next year.
Like, at least I told you guys, like... It's just kind of counterintuitive when the whole point was watching the achievement pop off.
Well, at least you played Dragon's Lair on its anniversary.
Well, and this must contribute to it being an even more difficult achievement because I feel like I did it once and it didn't do it. Like, I feel like I had to do it twice. Like... But yeah, if you guys are Dragon's Lair fans, I suggest that you play it today on its anniversary. Even though it's now nearing the end of the anniversary.
You go outside.
God. If you guys are wondering why we may have been streaming less recently, I've been going under a medicine change for my ADHD, and God, has that been sloppy. Like, trying to get my insurance to cover my medicine has been hell. Like, they're trying to charge me $400 for it. But, you know, so I've been off my medicine for quite a couple days now. It's been kind of difficult for me, if I'm being honest. I just figured I'd kind of open up about that a little bit. I've found that a lot of stuff has just been, my self-motivation has been at an all-time low recently. Not to use that as an excuse, but just to bring a level of explanation to the table, because I don't feel like we've quite had a content drought like this in a long time, and last time it was also my fault. Not to point fingers or anything, but I mean, I can wholeheartedly acknowledge the fact that it was my conscious decision not to make content. And, you know, I want to remind you guys out there, if you too are creating content, that, you know, you can't always give 100% of yourself to it. And there are going to be times where you're going to need to step away for a little bit and take some time for yourself. And it's been hard for me to kind of learn how to do that healthily, because I feel like it's almost always too much when I take time off, or when Dad takes time off. You know, like, I'd like to get to the point where we can take a day or so off and it not kind of kill our whole, you know, content schedule and all of our stuff going forward, you know. But with that, you know, I do want to let you guys know that, you know, if you are struggling with something, whether that be something similar to what I'm struggling with, or mental health, it will get better. And I know it's hard to remain optimistic, especially when you've spent so much time on whatever you're trying to fix in your life. But you know, ultimately there is something to look forward to, a light at the end of the tunnel. Ultimately you're gonna figure your shit out. And it's been very hard for me to come to terms with, you know, the situation I have going on, but ultimately I know that sometime it'll figure itself out. As long as I keep, you know, putting my effort towards it and trying to figure things out, I'm optimistic. But at the same time, I know how helpless it can feel at times. You know, I've felt those lowest of lows, like I'm sure some of you have before, and I felt those highest of highs, had some of those greatest moments in my life. So, you know, if you have those greatest moments, if you don't have those shitty moments, rather, you can't get to the point where you have something to compare it to. Like, if everything is amazing for you all the time, then nothing is amazing. Nothing's fun, nothing's beautiful, nothing's, you know, nothing's as meaningful when everything in your life is amazing. But when you have triumph and you have hardship, that's what makes things satisfying. That's what makes things enjoyable. I hate this screen so much. I think that's another death animation in that screen that I've never seen. Derp. I did 3 on the first one instead of the second one. Ah! It's another screen that's just pointlessly difficult for no reason. Like, it's just weird how specific on that one screen the input timing is, but other ones, like you saw with the Knight, I can mash the button left and right as many times as I want, and it won't register it as a misinput. Just weird. Like, why on that one you can be just a fucking hair too quick? Or this one, you can miss all of these and it wouldn't even matter. Like, you can just spam A through that whole thing. This is probably my favorite room. I don't know why. I've always just really liked that room. Just visually. Chief is going crazy outside. Sorry, I'm not giving much commentary, guys. I'm just trying to lock in and beat the game for you. I should always try to remind myself that once he goes on the stairs, you need to go in the opposite direction of the stairs. We're getting closer. Fuck! That's fucking bullshit, dude. I heard myself audibly click it multiple times while it was on screen, and I was like, nah, fuck you, buddy. Chief. Sorry. He was pulling my controller. Shit. Bam. We're here. Yeah, you essentially have to repeat this whole room with all of your guys to maximize your points here. But I'm not going to do that, because we're just trying to beat it today. Yep, that's one of the only difficult parts of that whole room right there, is that fucking one quick fucking thing where it flashes a pillar you're supposed to go hide behind. I just need to be careful now.
With a key. The dragon keeps it around his neck. To slay the dragon, use the magic sword.
I hate to say it, but aside from that one quick dart to the right, this is one of the least treacherous rooms in the entire game. Like, it's odd, truly, that the final part is not, like, literally, that one point where you're running forward and that pillar to the right blinks, that's it. Like, but man, we have done it. We've beat Dragon's Lair on its anniversary, right at the end of the night. It's unfortunate that for whatever reason... What? That's not true. That's not true. I just beat the game, and I guarantee you I did not have 5 lives. What the fuck? So, the achievement that I rightfully unlocked did not pop. But an achievement that I definitely did not fucking do popped. That is so weird. Like, I've done that before. I've flawless the game, but I had 1 life at the end. That is the exact opposite. Alright. With that weirdness out of the way, I hope that next year you guys check in with Dragon's Lair on June 19th. Hopefully you guys will be able to get the achievement, unlike us. Luckily, I've already got it on my main account. But man, is that not just so odd? Is that not just such a weird, peculiar event? It seems like certain games on the Xbox 360, when emulated on the Xbox One, or Series XS, whatever, they seem to have this issue sometimes with achievements proccing. And it's almost exclusively Xbox 360 games as well. I'm not entirely sure why that happens. Probably just some issue with how the achievements are awarded through the emulated system. But regardless, I've had so much fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, it's been Brave from the Vid-Bits. We'll see you next time. And with that, I'll leave you with the credits to one of my favorite arcade games of all time. Shout out to all these legends who made this game happen.
Dragon's Lair the fantasy adventure where you become a valiant knight on a quest to rescue the fair princess from the clutches of an evil dragon. You control the actions of a daring adventurer finding his way through the castle of a dark wizard who has enchanted it with treacherous monsters and obstacles. In the mysterious caverns below the castle, your odyssey continues against the awesome forces that oppose your efforts to reach the dragon's lair. Lead on, adventurer. Your quest awaits.
See you guys in the next one.